Alright, we live. Before we fully jump into this, I'm just gonna make sure that I can get the other games, like I can just pop in and out. Just so I can get the correct proportions for the Discord share. It'll be right behind this. I can put it here. Yeah, just to kind of get this framed up as I need it to for the casting section of this, because anytime that I'm done with a game and I've got some spare time, I'm going to cast games, but I'll be streaming my end of things until then. Alright, that should work. Let's remove that. Alright. So it looks like there is going to be one person who did not submit a deck list on time, unfortunately. And that is specifically Pakalaka TCG, because he is in top 4 of a cup right now. So we're gonna get this started, I suppose. Alright. Dashboard. I can leave it like open in case he makes it back for round 2. Alright, so I'm going to click start, and then I'm going to tag in announcements. Alright. Announcements at the invited. Round 1 is up. Now, let's take a look at pairings real quick. So Caleb has the bye. Before we do anything else, I am going to leave late registration open, I believe. If I can do that at this point for a tournament like this. I don't think I can. I think if he's late, he's unfortunately out. So we've got one no-show, unfortunately. I'm so sorry, Kenny. I'll figure out something later. Either way, we're up against Emma round 1. Alright. I already have Emma added. So let's jump into this. This is going to be... Let me make sure that this is the right list. I'm pretty sure that it's correct. I'm pretty sure this is the right list. Yeah, this is the right list. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna get this started, and ad's probably gonna play first, but the beginning of the game's gonna be the least exciting part of the game. I wish I got this ad out of the way first, though. Okay. Flipping a coin. Here we go. Let's lock in. Okay. So I'm against Guardy. The Latios, I think, is going to be helpful here. Let's just go ahead and put that down. I'm pretty sure they still chose to go second. Oh, they chose to go first. Okay. And they started Screamtail, which is not great for me. That being said, I still have outs. Starting going first as Guardy feel is a little greedy. Okay. I have a idea, and I think it's fine. I'm gonna go for the Fan Rotom. And I don't really need the Victini. We'll grab a Hoot Hoot here so I can put that Eevee to hand. I'm gonna Fan Call here. And we're going to grab Eevee, Hoot Hoot, Noctowl. I don't actually need the Artizone here, but I do need a Terra down, so I'm going to preemptively grab one. And that is going to be the Eevee. And here, I can literally just KO the Ralts. I literally just started boss, so let's get that one Ralts. This is what happens when you choose to go first as Guardy. Alright. Whew. Which puts them behind by an entire turn. So next turn, they're gonna have to Evo TM to keep tempo, but they're still behind in pacing by a turn. And I can just grab a boss and KO another Ralts. So if they prized a single Ralts, that's really bad for them. Okay, there's another Ralts coming down. They need Evo TM, so they've got Arven here. Probably for Buddy Buddy Evo, or Secret Box Evo. One of the two. Secret Box Bravery Charm. Okay. Interesting. They've already Arven, so they can't Iono me. But they're they're grabbing the Evo TM off of that. That makes sense. They're down a Drifloon and a Ralts. They're nest balling for probably another Ralts. Yeah. I want to be able to KO this if possible. But I'd need another energy to do so. I do... Oh! Well, I can just KO the Ralts now. That's cool. I'm chilling with that. Okay. I can actually KO the Kirlia. That's fine. Yeah. So I'm gonna grab... Terra Orb, Sparkling Crystal. And I can grab the other boss in just a sec. Just to target down, because I'd love to target this down, I think is the biggest thing that I would like to. I'm just gonna use the second Hoot Hoot, or the second Noctowl. And I'm gonna get Area 0 so I can replace it. I'm gonna evolve this one so I've still got 2 Terras in play. We're gonna Noctowl, we're gonna get a little greedy here. It's gonna be a bit of a greedy play, but we're going for it. We're gonna get Boss and Area 0. That Gravity Mountain is gonna help us a lot later. Okay, I put down the Hoot Hoot. I've still got the Eevee that I can play at any point. We're gonna retreat into Flareon. And we're gonna go Attach, Crystal, Boss Kirlia. Burning Charge. Oh, Judge? Okay, hang on. What happened? There's a Judge call. 1 second. Sorry, give me literally just a second. I'm gonna put these here. Open match issues. Vanessa! Sorry, 1 second. Come on. Vanessa is here. She's literally in chat. It's just, like, not in my chat, but in, like, the... I don't know. Give me just a second. Vanessa, what are you doing? Okay. They sent friend request. Talk in the match chat, please, Vanessa. Just say that you sent request. Okay, cool. Perfect. Sorry. Trying to play the game and also do this is a little odd. Okay, that actually is the perfect top deck. The Turo just saves me here. Whew. Okay. I'd say we're in a really good spot here, though. Because we can just excel onto this. They restart, they draw another card. No, Sonny! Okay, slap for 30. Fine by me. I can keep that Knocked Owl in hand and just use this as a switching effect. I'll put this to hand. I'm getting a little bit lucky here, I will say. I will rebench Hoot Hoot, and I'll attach to the Knocked Owl, just so this isn't stallable and the rest of them aren't stallable at all. And yeah, we're just gonna Burning Charge the Screamtail here. I'm gonna put a Lightning on this and we'll be chillin'. Okay. We should be in a really solid spot at this point. Because all I need to do, even if they take a KO on one of the Flareons, is I can just grab Gravity Mountain and go Carnelian for knockout. Okay, so Candy Guardy is what's happening here. The Mew is going to Carnelian here. It's gonna copy my attack in Carnelian. So I could just KO this back. But I think it's probably... No, I can't boss and KO the Guardy, so I just have to KO active. It'll probably be better to End's plan onto a different attacker and KO this. I would say that would probably be the smartest thing I can do. Because they still have to take 3 knockouts. So if I get, like, Terrapagos down, I think I'm chillin'. Oh, they're going for the Drifloon. That makes sense. I've got Scrapper in hand. Yeah, I might just win here, actually. Oh, they're just Balloon Blasting. Okay. I can chill with that. I'm fine with that. I think that we... I don't even want to End's plan. I kind of want to just, like, get the other Eevee down. Let's pitch Ultra Ball here, and... I don't know. I mean, at this point, I don't need End's plan. I would have needed it if they swung with Mew. That would have been smart there, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm gonna grab the other Flareon just to be ready. And then I'll simply Burning Charge again here. Yeah, that'll be it. We'll do that. That Glass Trumpet is strong too. But now that I've gotten rid of the End's plan, it's a little less strong. But all I need is for one of these to be alive and to be able to grab Gravity Mountain. But they're gonna Screamtail here. The fact that I'm down double boss means that they can safely, like, play to this out. But I can just take another one-prize KO. They're just gonna KO active with this. But then I can just fan rotom them. So I think I just Noctowl and Glass Trumpet. No, I can't Glass Trumpet yet. But if they KO this, then I'll be able to Glass Trumpet. I just need to get N energy onto the Terrapagos. They're putting it there. I'm gonna evolve this one. Unless they're roaring screaming this, but... Okay, fair enough. Fine by me. Cyrano. That's not bad. Honestly, I just Cyrano here, I think. They'd need another Monkey Dory to take, like, the double knockout. I think it's fine to just thin everything out at this point. I have 3 bench spaces left, so we'll go play down Terrapagos. I'm gonna play Noctowl mainly to get back another Noctowl and not have a damaged Hoot on bench. Let's see, how many do I have in here? Just 1? That's fine. We'll grab this and we'll grab this. I'm gonna Night Stretcher for Hoot back. Play down Hoot. I don't want to use the Glass Trumpet yet, I think. I think I want to hold that. Well, I mean, I don't have an energy in discard, so I literally can't use the Glass Trumpet here. I'm gonna flip the script. Perfect. And we are just going to Burning Charge and put 1 energy onto the Terrapagos here. Actually, probably the Noctowl, right? Because there's no way they take double KO on these. And I can always Night Stretcher for the other piece back or Super Rod for the other piece back. I haven't used a single Crispin. So they can't stall me now. And stalling is like Counter Catcher this and Iono is like their one way of winning. Okay, no more open match issues, so we're fine on that. Yeah, that's why I had to evolve this, is so they couldn't double Monkey Dory KO this. They're a little short now. So if they can't Iono me, I just have game. I'm gonna get my redemption from that charity match throw. I swear. Whew. Okay. Because they're clearly gonna heal off all the damage from this. So I'm assuming their main play is to KO this and spread damage to the bench and try and set up for a final KO. Oh, they're gonna Mind Bend. No, I could just retreat in that case. Okay, what's their play here? Because I only need 1 prize. Is their play thinking I don't have, like, an out from active? Is this Iono confuse this because this is short? Or did they research this turn? Yeah, they played research this turn. I think they're playing to their one potential out. I think that's what this is. Is this like E-switch here? Like E-switch over dark? Or did they already have double dark in play? I can't remember. Okay, we got it. We win. GG's. I held all the resources that I needed to hold. Burning charge. Bonk. I literally didn't even need to Carnelian that game. Sheesh. I just got off to a really early lead. The fact that I was able to boss Fan Rotom turn 1 was super strong for me, I would say. Okay, so let's take a look at the board, which honestly I should also have a overlay for this too. Let me add this so we can see it. Okay, so I'll be up against the winner of Sonido and Callie. And then Sunny versus RG is already happening in losers. And anyone's free to like already play their games if they're paired up against someone. But in the meantime, let's hop over to a game that is ongoing. Let's do Pumpkin Amy versus Vanessa. I would love to see that one happen right now. Vanessa is not streaming, so I will look at Pumpkin Amy's end. Alright, let's take a little look. And let me find the capture here. Boop. There we go. Alright, so it's Raging Bolt versus Raging Bolt, and it seems like currently Amy is in the lead at 3-4, but Vanessa, it's currently Vanessa's turn, so her taking a prize here would put her up on the prize race. So what Amy would need to do in this situation is she would need to be able to take a 1-prize KO with a 1-prizer to close out the game with a 2-prize KO. That is her best odds right now, is being able to get a 1-prize KO. Particularly now that Vanessa has used up second Noctowl. Even if she gets down another Hoot Hoot, if Amy is able to target down that Hoot Hoot and remove it, that's very strong for Amy. That's gotta be the prize map here, because otherwise, Vanessa is just going to be able to take another 2-prize KO and win the game. I don't know whether or not they're down Prime Catcher or anything, as we've joined kind of halfway here, but let me update my score too. I refuse to go 0-2 in something like this, though. That's the one thing I didn't want to happen, is going 0-2. If I lose from here, it's whatever, I get to cast the rest. But, like, I could not take the my personal embarrassment if I go, like, 0-2 today. I know it's inevitable that 4 people go 0-2, but I really didn't want it to be me today. Okay, so this is going to be a Vanessa swing, discarding 5 here, mainly because that extra 10 past the 280 from this Bravery Charm is really throwing off Vanessa's math. So she has to get rid of an entire additional energy. Okay. The fact that there isn't a Hoot Hoot on bench makes it where Vanessa doesn't have, like, guaranteed search and doesn't have a Fez on field right now, so the only draw is off of the Teal Masks. So if Amy is able to KO one of those Noctowls with a 1-prizer, feel like Amy still has a solid chance here. So it's gotta be... I gotta take a look at the lists. It is funny that the two Raging Bolts are up against each other. Amy is playing Slitherwing and no other one-price attacker, aside from Fan Rotom, but Fan Rotom can't take the KO here. So, Amy has to take the KO with Slitherwing here. Which means this has to be a Prime Catcher Slither turn. Assuming Slither is in deck. I'm not sure if Prime Catcher is. If Prime Catcher is not in deck, then Amy just has to take a KO on this Raging Bolt and hope that Vanessa does not have it. Amy is not playing a Blood Moon Ursaluna, which means that if she can't take a KO on Hoot Hoot or Noctowl with Slitherwing, she will have to Raging Bolt KO Vanessa's Raging Bolt. Which does seem like it is going to be what they do here. But the problem is that there's not a lot of ancient Pokemon on field. So she would only be able to get 4 energy into play unless she benches double Raging Bolt. That being said, she still can do it. Pretty easily here. She Teal Dances, Professor Sada's... Oh, are there no energy in discard? I'm not seeing, like, the Sada be accessible. Oh, it's because there's no Ancient on bench. So she would have to bench Raging Bolt, and she could either bench Raging Bolt and Slitherwing and Sada to both of them, or bench Raging Bolt and Latios, Sada to the 1 and attach. Either way, it's only 4 energy, because one of them would have to be retreated off the Ogerpon. She needs some sort of recursion to get back that second energy, as the only energy she had in deck were grass. Is this bench Slither and Sada, or is this bench Latios and Sada? Either one is essentially the same here. The Noctowl should be able to guarantee recursion if there is any in deck. If there's a Night Stretcher or a Retrieval, which I see there, then she can at least take the KO. Hello, Wendy! You are here! I'm 1-0 so far. I did manage to beat Emma in round 1. So I've beaten a Guardy with EVBox. I'm liking the EVBox list, though. Like, it's got a lot of options. It just doesn't have that, like, double removal that playing either Wellspring or Angelite has. Okay. That does make sense, so she can clear off pieces from her bench. So she can Sada here. Then she can get back 2 energy. But before she plays Jamming Tower, she has to play down that Latios. The Latios has to come down here or she doesn't have the energy. She could play it and then play Jamming Tower, discarding all of the Noctowls from her bench, but if she doesn't play down the Latios, she whiffs the KO. Grabbing another Teal Mask is good here, I feel. No, she played it too early! No! That's so sad. All she had to do was play the Latios and she had the KO. Maybe she chooses not to KO here? I'm spectating a match right now. I'm watching Vanessa's versus Pumpka Amy's. So Pumpka Amy is the perspective that I'm watching, and Vanessa's is the other side. Yeah, anytime that I'm not in a match, I'll be watching other people's games. And then once I'm fully out of matches, I'll just be casting the rest of the games. I honestly like this style because anytime I'm not playing, I have something else I can be doing that's entertaining for stream. So I really like doing this. This seems fun. Yeah. I do think putting up the fan rotom was probably... Well, I think maybe putting up the Noctowl would have been better, because it requires they get rid of 2 energy instead of 1. But I think it was definitely correct to put up a 1-prizer here. But in this case, the fact that Pumpkin Amy didn't bench the Slither is a bit of a problem, because if she benched the Slither Wing, she could Sada to both of them, and then go for Boss on Noctowl next turn, which I think probably would have been the smarter play. Because just taking the KO with the Raging Bolt wouldn't have been good enough. She would have to take the KO with Slither. That being said, if she puts up a 1-prizer and then Vanessa takes the 1-prize KO, taking a KO with a 1-prizer doesn't change anything. So this has to... Oh, this is gonna be Judge. Ooh, I see what Amy was going for now. Yeah, because now she has enough energy on board to be able to Judge, KO, and remove an energy from board. It's a little risky still, but Vanessa has no, like, onboard draw aside from just Teal Mask. So this could theoretically win Amy the game. That Judge could come in clutch here. And just attaching 1 more energy, super solid. I probably would have saved the Vessel and just played the Judge prior. That way it's another out to drawing out of your own Judge. But she drew into Sada, so that's fine. Yeah, that was super smart. Nice. Yeah. And leaving the 2 on active is fine, because if the opponent takes a 2-prize KO, then it's dead anyway. And they're not going to stall a Teal Mask, they'd stall a Noctowl. This literally comes down to whether or not Vanessa has it here. If Vanessa has attachment, she has it. There it is. Yep. That being said, super heads-up play from Amy. Oh, looks like I'm up against Callie Moore. So I'm up against the other Guardy player. That's so funny. Anyway, congrats to Vanessa for being up 1-0. Alright, let me remove the capture and go back to my own. But yeah, poor Pakalaka for missing this, unfortunately. 1 person missed. Okay. I do have to be careful here, because Callie is playing a Devo TM, and that's something that's super important to note in this matchup, is that they could take multi-prize turns by Devoing. Which means that evolving into a Flareon off of EVEX early is risky, because if they swing into it for like the 200, they could then take a multi-prize KO off of like devolving Noctowl that's been spread to and the monkey and the Flareon. Canned Kiwi. Spivy Box. Spiv. Oh, you won your losers match? Heck yeah. No scrubbing out here. But unfortunately, I think that means that RG is out. No, RG! This is so sad. Alright, here we go. And we both just ate a whole bottle of ketchup. That's crazy. Alright, lock in. I like this format, though. This format, like the double elimination format and just casting games whenever I'm not actively in a match. I like it. Had the nuts and did a smart and went second that match? Yeah, makes sense. Alright. Am I going first or second? I did not notice what they took. That's a double mulligan for us. Eevee hoot 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 hoot. Alright, before I decide that... they decided to go second, so I'm going first here. I'll still put the Eevee active, and I'll still bench a hoot hoot. Nah, I can just bench both. I'm always gonna put them all down. I actually don't need Fan Rotom. This is actually, like, a completely... Well, I mean, Fan Rotom would get me the Noctowl, so I would still grab it. But, like... Yeah, I'm still grabbing it. Let's grab another Hoot Hoot. This is the same start that Emma had. I'm gonna grab this, this, and this. I'm going to attach here. They don't play Budu, but they do play Frillish. But they're not getting into Frillish turn 1. So I think I'm fine to just kind of sit here for now. I don't want to burn this for no reason just to get Ionode. Do I know who my next round would be? Oh, my next round would be Jinch. Oop. Okay. That's why I didn't grab double Noctowl. That's why I only grabbed one Noctowl. This is fine. Because I've got the Nest Ball and the Ultra Ball for the Noctowl. Nest Ball for the EVEX. And then Ultra Ball for Noctowl. I'm not playing Hilda right now. So I gotta be a little careful with this. I could just KO Screamtail here. That wouldn't be the end of the world. I don't think they got Evo TM here. And the fact that they didn't get Evo TM, if they didn't get Evo TM, means that I can take it a little bit slower. And I can just go for Knockout active onto Accelerate to bench. Ooh, a Mew coming down? I know the Mew's really good in this matchup. Because they can just, like, genome hacking copy me. So that I need to be very cautious of. I gotta think here. Because I could just go for like a Fan Rotom KO on Aralts here. And then try and get regular KO on this. But I'm not 100% sure if that's the right option here. This position's a little weird. Playing one Drifloon. Slap for 30. They're playing Devo TM, so that damage is relevant. Okay. Double Ultra Ball makes this a little bit better. The Mew is scary. So I think maybe... Nest Ball. Clefairy would be able to kill it. Terrapagos, I would need an Area 0 to kill it. I just need it to be, like... I'm gonna do this. Because if I go Ultra Ball away, Ends Plan, and Cyrano, I can grab Noctowl. This is so awkward. I have to think, like, a lot about what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna Noctowl. And if I grab... If I grab Area 0 here... And then... Nest Ball... I still have the Ultra Ball to get second Noctowl. We're gonna do that. We'll grab Area 0. And I'm gonna Nest Ball here. I'm gonna Nest Ball... Oh, I don't even have Mew of my own. Ah, that was a misplay. Oh well, it is what it is. I still have the ability to pitch these and go for the actual play, though. That's okay. I'll get second Terra here, I think. Little bit of a misplay, unfortunately. We're gonna Ultra Ball. Gonna get second Noctowl. Dang. This is a little bit worse of a play, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We definitely grab Sparkling Crystal. And the question is whether or not I grab... Like, Cyrano would have been better here. I should have grabbed Cyrano. But I think I have to kind of Iono and pray. Because I need cards. If I take the KO with Terrapagos, that's fine too, I feel. All I would need is an energy in that case. I haven't attached for turn, so this gives me 2 outs. And worst case scenario, I Colorful Friends. That's fine. That's fine by me. I can deal with this. I'll live with that. We'll Burning Charge here for the Screamtail KO. And we'll accelerate these two onto the Eevee. We did prize a Lightning. So maybe we can get that off these. Not quite. So we're going to have to go with either another Burning Charge next turn or Terrapagos Swing. And if they do copy Carnelian here, Terrapagos Swing is the correct play. I want to be able to take a 2-prize KO and then finish the game with Briar 3-prize KO. Especially if they take a 2-prize KO right now. Yeah, I did make a little bit of a misplay, but we're in an okay spot even after that. The best thing they can do here, I think, is Screamtail Snipe Hoot Hoot. They would have to get it back, though. Want to take a look at the bracket again. Ginge is still just waiting for either me or Callie to finish. Winners 2, table 3. So I would be up against the winner of Sebastian and After Crash if I lose here. And if I win here, I'm up against Jinch. So they got the Candy Guardy. But the question is, do they swing with Guardy here? Or do they go into Mew and Genome hacking me? Because that's the reason I put this here, is to make it where I can 1 energy Unified Beatdown KO this. The fact that I had to use 2 Noctowls instead of just 1 was unfortunate. But that was my bailout. Okay. So they're going to be able to heal 30 and put 30 onto my board. So 60 damage swing with that. Okay. Well, that's an easy choice of getting rid of a Noctowl. So it's Night Stretcherable now. That's fine by me. Okay, Drifloon here. That's fine. So let's think. If they put 60 on this, they're swinging 180. So they need the full 80 to swing for the 240. A single Monkey Dory doesn't do enough to KO me otherwise, so Tool Scrapper becomes an out to KO this. So I'm fine with that. I do feel like I'm playing well tonight. I feel like I'm playing better than I have been. I've been in a wee bit of a slump lately in terms of play. Like, I feel like I've been throwing, like, everything. So this is going to be probably retreat off this into this and swing. Put the 30 damage elsewhere. Ooh, or it's a Scream Tail into the Hoot Hoot. That one would probably be the thing that I least want to see. Yeah, that does make sense. At the very least, I have Fez in hand, which makes that not the worst thing in the world. Now, where do they move the 30? Probably active, just to try and Devo me. Because if they put me down to 180, then this becomes more annoying. Ooh, onto the Fan Rotomint's interesting. I guess it's because I can't get rid of it. Okay, Hoot Hoot goes down. That's okay. Ooh, the Night Stretcher is solid here, though. I could just Burning Charge and Accelerate. I like the idea of just Fez here, though, so I think I'm just going to draw cards. Crispin is interesting, but I don't think necessary. If I get rid of Scream Tail, I think that's okay too. But I'd prefer to get rid of Mew. If I... So I'm doing 120 right now. I could get back energy. and boss with this, but that doesn't kill. I think I just take a KO. I think that's just all I can really do right this second. I think I just well, actually KOing Monkey Dory is probably better here, because it stops the swing. And they can't get double established. And they only have one Bravery Charm, so I don't have to worry too much about that right now. I'm gonna Burning Charge and put one onto Rapagos. Or I put it on Noctowl so I can retreat out of anything. No, actually, that wouldn't change anything. Because then this could be stallable. All of them are just one energy off. And if I get the lightning here... Not the lightning. Unfortunate. I am kind of afraid of this getting gusted unless I hit Turo, Kirin, or Switch. I do play triple switching effect now, though. Alright. So I've got 2 in here, which means I have 1 Hoot Hoot left in deck. I was hoping to kind of hit the nuts off the Fez, but I could have just re-established the Hoot Hoot. I didn't really hit anything off the Fez. One, two, three, four, 5. So if they take a 2-prize KO here, I can then counter Catcher. And the way they take 2-prize KO is either with Mew or with Drifloon. And if it's with Drifloon, I feel like I'm in a really good spot. And I've got Night Stretcher to get back Fez if they choose to KO that. Okay, so what are they going to swing with here? Because that's 1 less energy that they get access to, so they only have 3. So it might be this, or it might be this. Looks like it's Mew. That's fine by me, though. I don't actually need the full bench if I do this, because I can just swing with Crown Opal. Which means I'm blocking everything except the Guardy. I just get back the water here and then swing. They need 3, so they could theoretically take it off of Fanrotom plus Terrapagos. So Turo up Fanrotom is probably my best play. Yeah, they're gonna move 30 here. I do kind of need Turo in that case. Arven. At least I'll have Fez, because I see what they're going for. They're going for take a 2-prize KO and the Fanrotom KO at the same time, which they can do if they have Drifloon. So if I get Scrapper, I could kind of stop that from happening. I've got 1 boss left, and that's okay too. They're moving 30 here, and they're going to go for a 3-prize turn on next turn. So it really depends on what I hit. So re-establishing Hoot Hoot probably would have been my better play, because it would have meant that I could have gotten this off of the board. Buddy Buddy. Let's Artisan and see what's in. Putting Eevee onto field seems really bad here. Putting Victini down doesn't really do anything either. I'll click done there. I'm gonna Buddy Buddy just for the sake of, like, shuffling. And then I'll Nest Ball for what I probably actually... Oh, there's not even anything else to put down. I just want to get rid of them, I think. I can Countercatcher, which would not be bad. Let's flip the script first before we decide what to Night Stretcher for. Kieran is okay. Because I could Kieran Countercatcher, but the problem is that I am short the energy that I need to KO the Guardy. I've used Fez. There's not a ton I can do. I could Countercatcher KO this. Let's Terra Orb, see what's in deck. Leafeon's in deck. I just don't want them to be able to take this KO here. I could Kieran and KO with Flareon, which would make it a little harder for them. This is really bad, unfortunately. Actually, I will make it where they need Gust, but I didn't get anything that I was looking for, unfortunately. So I could pull up and KO the Drifloon and stop most of what they could do, which I think might be my best play. But they still might have Gust for KO here. And all they would need to do is Gust this and KO it. So I think I just have to KO. Yeah, that's not good. Oh well, it is what it is. If they have Gust, they have it anyway. Both of those plays, KOing this and KOing this, still require them to Gust here. Yeah. If they have it, they have it. Okay. Because if they have it, they have it. All they need to do is move damage here, and then KO this. They need Gust. So if they have Gust, they move the 10 here, and then they Gust up this and KO it. Or this and KO it. It doesn't really matter which. Okay, there's the Fez. I'm sure they have the out, because, like, they're seeing so much here. Wait, they only play one Countercatcher and one boss. And they're down boss, so they need Countercatcher. Oh, maybe I should have taken the one prize KO. Yeah, I should have taken the one prize KO. I threw. Oh, well, it's fine. Okay. So, do they have it or do they not? That is the question here. Yeah, because in that case, they would only be able to take 2, and not the full 3. So let's see what they do here. Let's see if they have it. Unless the counter catcher is prized. In which case, I might win here. Alright. Let's see. The fact that they didn't make the decision super fast makes me think that there's a chance. Retreating. Is this going to be like avoiding KOing anything and trying to take the 3 prize turn next turn? Because they can bring this up to 80, which would be 160 snipe. So I think they're sniping Noctowl. Or just trying to... Ooh, actually, no, it's shooting this. So they can shoot it next turn here. So they shoot this twice, and they monkey here, and they win next turn. Unless I top deck something. Yeah, that's it. That's 100% it. Okay. So I need to top deck something here, or I lose. That's not what I was looking for, unfortunately. Where are these things? So let's think. If I swing with a 1-prizer, they can monkey KO 1, KO active. So yeah, I think they have it regardless here. I should have only taken a 1-prize KO. Ugh. If I had N's plan here... Or Super Rod. Super Rod would also get me there. Because it's not here, unfortunately. It's just not happening. Because they just Monkey Dory twice and win. No Super Rod in hand, or I could just heal everything. Not great. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, I just lose here. Alright, so this is going to be Monkey Dory Fez. And then if they have a second Monkey Dory, they have it. Yeah, there it is. Well, lost it. It's fine. I should have KO'd the Monkey Dory. That's honestly the play, what I should have done. I 100% should have done that. Yeah, N's plan would have let me baby Eevee onto Leafeon and heal everything. Super GG's, though. Alright, is what it is. We lost. Oh? Hang on. I can't... There we go. Hey! Thank you for the raid, Sonido. Which, unfortunately, I think means you lost, right? No! Well, I'm against Sebastian now, then. Alright. Hello, hello! But thank you for following, Sonido! Boop. Alrighty then. Lost another game to Guardy after getting to 1 prize remaining. Yeah, how have I hit 3 Guardies in a row? This is crazy. But I did misplay a little bit there. If I counter-catchered the Monkey Dory, it would have made it where their counter-catcher wasn't an out, because we'd be at even at that point. So I could have played that a little bit better. But I beat Guardy round 1. There's just way too much Guardy right now. It'd be how it be. Well, here's hoping that I can win the Guardy best of 3, I guess. Okay, where... There we go. Speevy. Should have held your attach for turn at 1 time, and you would have been able to get off of a boss lock. Yeah, the problem was that I literally just, like, didn't have anything going for me, but on that turn, if I didn't KO the Mew and just KO'd the Monkey Dory, they wouldn't have been able to gust around the Terrapagos and would have had to specifically Scream Tail around it. But yeah, didn't hit Disruption, didn't hit Tool Scrapper, didn't hit Turo. Turo also would have saved me, and I didn't hit N's Plan, which also would have saved me. Because the Terra Orb into Baby Eevee attach to the Leafeon after evolving, and then N's Plan to up from the bench would have been, like, an insane play. Because that would have let me heal from everything and KO the active. Do-do-do-do. Okay, Tails. Alright, let's try and lock in here. I honestly should have been leaning into that a little bit earlier, mainly due to the fact that Devo was like a play for them. Am I going first or second here? They're going first. So honestly, let's start Fan Rotom here. I've got Buddy Buddy, I've got Fan Call. I can just kind of grab what I want here. I don't need Victini for this matchup. But I do like this list a lot more. I'm honestly kind of vibing with it. I prized the Mew that game, though. And the first game. Like, Mew has not been showing up to work today. Crispin. That's actually really good. If they play Artizone... Otherwise, there's other ways I could get this. This might not have been the greatest start, actually. I might need to retreat into the baby Eevee. Yeah, unfortunately I can't play against all 4 of the Guardies. Oh well. Ease what it is. At least I didn't go 0-2 drop. Because that was, like, my biggest goal tonight, is I would have been very sad if I went 0-2 drop in my own tournament. Okay, Ralts. They did play the Artizone down. Okay. Now, if I hit Boss here, this is really good. Gravity Mountain. There's gonna be a fan call for sure. Not a lot going on here, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see, even if I do 70, they heal 30, I can then respond with another 70. So, like, that could work for me. I'm gonna grab all 3 of these. Well, actually, let's grab these 3. Yeah. And then Buddy Buddy. Actually, I can just Artizone. That's literally all of them. Because I prize Double Owl, apparently. So I'm not the biggest fan of that, but this is okay. Let's grab a Fire and a Grass here. I'm gonna put the Grass to hand, attach Fire to Eevee. And I think, actually, instead of Assault Landing, I think Colorful Friends gets me out of this a lot easier. They probably Iono us, though. Hey, how's it going, Litten? How it be, how it be? I think I hold this, and I think I just go Attached Retreat here. I have to Colorful Friends here, I feel. But I don't want to grab too much. I think I just want to grab Flareon... Eevee... Fez, I think. No, that Fez isn't going to be useful yet. And Mew... Let's grab Latios. If they don't Iono me, this is really good. I probably should have benched the Eevee just in case here. But this should be fine. Try prizing 3 Dreepy as Poltnor. Try prizing 2 Fire, and then after getting your first KO, not taking any Fires, getting your active KO'd, and then having no way to KO your opponent anymore. That happened to me at Locals the other day. Okay. It's 1 Guardy down. They've researched, which means they are not Ionoing, which means I'm in an okay spot here. I already have Gravity Mountain in hand. So they don't even need to Evo TM here. So just a pass. Yeah, I think this is just gonna be... as colorful a turn as I can make it. There's no more Noctowl, or no more Hoot Hoots in deck, so I have to be very careful, because they're just gonna shoot my Screamtail. I think I kill a Kirlia here. I think that's probably the play. Let's check my energies before I do too much here. How many are in here? still prize the lightning. So I think I'll grab the sparkling crystal, but I don't want to use it yet. Mainly because I have the grass in hand. I am going to kill a Kirlia here. I'm going to preemptively Nest Ball 4 Fez just in case I get Iono'd here. Just in case they snipe this. Because Iono snipe this would be very bad for me. I'm going to go Burning Charge. You did manage to win that game by pure virtue? Oh, true. Oh, the 3 Dreepy prize. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. So that's 1 Kirlia down. And I have Gravity Mountain in hand. And I finally got another Hoot Hoot. So, like, Night Stretcher would be enough here. Because if they KO this, I can KO the active. But I don't think they're going to KO this. I think they're going to snipe this. I wonder, is Emma still in it? Yeah, Emma's still in it. Emma's playing in Losers Round 2 right now against Cap Crew. Cap Crew, will you avenge your team from the charity match? Avenge your team, Cap! Alright. Ah! Okay. Pitching Fez. Attaching to Monkey. It doesn't look like they have too much going on. No, there's the Guardian. Okay. Oh, Lily's Clefairy here. That's an interesting choice to bench here. Is that going to go for the Fez or the Eevee? Either one would make sense. But this is probably going to be Scream Tail onto Hoot Hoot. That's, like, kind of the thing that this matchup comes down to sometimes. Is just if you can't get another Hoot Hoot down. Yo, we're doing an Invitational today. I'm 1-1 right now. I need to actually update that. 3-0 in... Ooh! Wait a second. Are you in the Invitational? I don't know which player you are in that case. Oh, Caleb! Oh, yeah! I'm like, wait a minute. There's only one person who is 3-0 right now. Sorry, I literally couldn't tell from the name. That is really funny, though. Yeah, this is KO Hoot Hoot. Yeah, prizing double Hoot Hoot in this matchup sucks. Because you just need so many. Yeah, this is going to be the same route that Callie went for. I've already used a boss. I got Night Stretcher. That's not bad. This is going to be bench another Hoot Hoot turn. And then we're going to go flip. There was nothing to grab off Artisan. Boss is good. But the problem is I don't have another Flareon right now. So this might just be Burning Charge onto active. Yeah, there's nothing else to really grab here. Unless... I think I saved that. Yeah, I'm gonna Burning Charge to active and then try to go for something next. We're gonna grab the 1 water and put it active. Burning the boss there just feels like it would be really bad. If only this wasn't a grass. If this was a water or a lightning, that would have been a KO on this. But yeah, prizing double Hoot Hoot when you play 4 is really rough in this matchup, because if you only get 2 Hoot Hoot down, and you evolve one of them, the other one's dying. Every time. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a Briar game at this point. The only way that this is a Briar game is if they KO me with Drifloon. Which is a possibility. Second Guardy. Makes sense. Candy, Ralts, Guardy. Fair enough. I'd rather play anything but another Guardy, I'm not gonna lie. What do they swing with here? Are they just gonna swing with Guardy? Because I think it would just be a Carnelian turn in that case. Unless they're going into this and KOing this. Because they can take a 3-prize turn this turn. Yeah, they're just moving it here, though. They're going to take the KO with Clefairy, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. The funny thing is, it might be best to attack with Leafeon here. Because it heals the 10. But they could theoretically win off triple Monkey Dory. So it might be better just to go for Turo on this and KO. Okay. I'm gonna go for the flip the script. Actually, yeah, we're gonna flip the script here. See what my options are before I decide to commit to anything. Okay, not too many options more. I just want to avoid the triple Monkey Dory, like, swing here. They need 3. If I Turo this... I don't know what you're talking about in chat. Alright, because if I Turo here, that's okay, because I can then boss next turn. Just to stop the 3-prize turn from happening, I think. Do they still have... They play Drifloon, they play double Bravery Charm. But if they take a 2-prize KO here, I could... Okay, they're winning. I think I take Counter Catcher. Okay, so we go Turo this. Night Stretcher for Flareon. Counter Catcher Guardy. Play Gravity Mountain. Don't bench anything else. We keep this as is. Now the issue here is being able to get the next attack off, which is what I need to figure out. Because they could take a 2-prize KO, so I think leaving Clefairy on board is probably fine. Or getting down another Terra. Yeah. Let's get rid of both Fan Rotoms. Grab Terrapagos. Actually, I could grab Mew here. Mew might be better, just so I can draw. In case I get Iono'd here. I'll do that. Do I rod back anything? Yeah, I think I rod back energies here. One of them has to be Psychic. This seems fine. Okay. Because he's been playing for a different checkmate scenario here. Yeah, we're just gonna go for the 280. Because this is easier to kill. Yeah, this is just, it's Game Chop's Lo-Fi, which has, like, a bunch of different, like, lo-fi versions of game music, so I vibe to it literally every time I do any sort of TCG stream. This is why I needed to put down Mew, so I have 2 ways to draw out of Iono, so they can't kill both. The thing I'm scared about is, like, this just being, like, staying active with no way to get it out. But I do have both Switch and Kieran. I play so many switching effects now in this deck comparatively to how I used to. And I don't think that they can get the full... because they only play 3 Monkey Dory. So me removing the Fan Rotom from board, I think puts me in a very good spot here. Neither of these die to this. If I bench the Hoot Hoot, I lose to triple Monkey Dory KO active. They play double Counter Catcher, and they're down none of them. So I need to assume that they're able to Counter Catcher. Okay. Oh, I still forgot to update the text. I'm 1-1, not 1-0. Because we jumped straight from that last game into this one. It's a very interesting hand to have. If they do swing with this, Kieran could be enough. Bravery Charm. Okay, that makes this a little more awkward. Okay, they're gonna go for KO with Clefairy here. Okay, that's not good. That's not a good hand to be Iono'd into. They're gonna go triple Monkey Dory KO active, which is really scary. At least I get to shuffle, so, like, I have the Glass Trumpet play, but this is really bad for me, actually. I wasn't thinking about, like, the 90s spread to myself. They have to put so many on this, though. So they heal 60 from this, move it here, 30 from this, move it here, KO me. I should have gotten something else down. Oh well. I mean, otherwise, they KO the Hoot Hoot. But they probably don't KO the Flareon. Maybe I should have benched the Hoot Hoot. They still have one more Psychic to work with. I have to Artisan first. Ooh, actually, maybe. Retreat into Eevee. Evolve Flareon. Attach. Restart, draw 2. If I hit Glass Trumpet and ends plan, I have it. No, actually, that's not enough. I need to not swing here, actually. Iono's actually good. They don't have enough energies to KO me here with. So if I go bench Hoot Hoot Iono, I think I'm okay. I've already used this, yeah. Rip. I'm so sorry, Kenny. I gotta keep this here. Yeah. Mew here is kind of my hope. They're retreating. But I don't think they get enough here, right? No, they have 3. They get the full that they need. I shouldn't have benched this, no! Yeah, I should not have benched Hoot Hoot. Oh well, I'm out. Unfortunate. Guardy just... I'm not a fan of Guardy. Honestly, maybe a Picnic Basket. Picnic Basket might be good. Picnic Basket would help this matchup a lot. Because then you can strand the Screamtail. You just heal the damage off it. Not another Guardy. I'm so tired of Gardevoir, dude. Yeah, I think my misplay was just, like, not benching the Hoot Hoot earlier and then benching the Hoot Hoot too late there. If I benched it prior, they would have had to focus all the damage there. Which meant that they wouldn't be able to focus the damage on the active. Well, I'm out. L.
Oh. You should know that a man with the power of nature can bring you to the end of your life. And you should know by my stride and the look in my eye that you're about to be massively forced to give up. Chicken attack. Chicken attack. Watch your back before it fades to black. They might look harmless, but they'll kick your non-chicken ass. Go chicken, go! Whoa, whoa. Go chicken, go! Whoa, whoa. Not gonna fly. You on the sky.
All right.
Oh.
Now back to casting. All right, we're gonna be watching Caleb versus Jinch from Jinch's perspective. Big unfortunate, though. It is what it is, though. Hitting just nothing but Guardy is just unfortunate. I beat the first, but then lost narrowly to the other two. Like, a singular mistake is so easy for Guardy to capitalize on. Like, I think I made literally exactly one mistake in both of those games. Or at least one that I recognized. Do do do. Do 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 do. Alright. Seems like this might be a blazing destruction to limit the opponent's bench here. That could be solid. Either that or the TM Evo. Hey, yo, why is there a sparkling crystal on a Hoot Hoot here? Let me enlarge this a little bit, because that's kind of a small screen space here. There we go. Now we can see it a little bit better. But yeah, we're just gonna cast for the rest of this at this point. I'm gonna make a post saying that I'm out, but I'm casting at this point. Alright. At the very least, there's more stream left to go, and I can just sit back and narrate. Okay, so Fan Rotom taking the KO on the Charmander. I think it's strong here. It's able to just kind of leave a 1-prizer in the active and get ahead here. They're up by 2 prizes. At the very least, Jinch will be able to get Zard into play on this turn. But the question is he gonna... It looks like he's grabbing the Pidgeot so he can go Candy Pidgeot. Well, he's got the Pidgeot in hand. He goes Rare Candy Pidgeot. He's already got Zard in hand. He evolves Zard. The question is whether or not he grabs second Candy here to get the benched one evolved up, so he has just nothing but 2 prizers on board. Aside from the Monkey Dory. I don't play a ton of Zard, so my commentary here will probably not be as stellar as some of the other matchups. But yeah. A counter catcher here. Maybe to target down the Teal Mask before it gets into range to KO the Zard. That seems like a fair possibility here. Because like a Crispin plus Attach or Crispin plus E-Switch on Caleb's side would be enough to take the KO. The Area Zero is now active for Jinch as well. Yeah. This probably becomes a counter catch. Ooh, onto Fez here. That does leave it susceptible to Noctowl being able to just grab E-Switch plus Crispin here and just KO this Zard with the Teal Mask. But I do see it. I see, like, limiting their available draw. It does make sense. But at the same time, I think I probably would have gone for the Teal Mask KO. Mainly because it's, like, the only real available threat to kill the Zard right now. Yeah. There's a Teal Dance. A Crispin would be enough here. Or just an E-Switch. There's the Noctowl for it. I think that would have made it where they'd need to find way more pieces in order to actually KO this Zard. Like, Zard can take 3 prizes on this upcoming turn with Briar if they play Briar. I haven't really checked their lists. Yeah, Jinch is not on Briar, so 3 prize KO isn't happening. But the fact that there's already a Blood Moon with energy on it means that it could just take down this Fez to end the game. That Blood Moon is raring to go. All it needs is attachment, and it's got it next turn. Well, at least boss plus attachment, at least. Yeah, this is gonna be tough for Jinch to come back from. But not impossible. A well-timed Iono could be super solid here. He still has access to the Pidgeot Quick Search. So maybe this is Fez, see what he gets, and then Quick Search, or maybe he Quick Searches for the Iono initially, and then Fez's to hope to get the additional pieces he needs, which would be Candy, Zard. Let's see. Alright, Chi-Yu coming down. Chi-Yu for a one-prize KO would be super solid here. It would be able to take the KO if he gets Candy Charizard. The opponent would just need Noctowl for Night Stretcher Boss to win the game, though. This might be thin it out first, and then maybe draw the 3 preemptively, see if he hits Candy, and if he doesn't hit Candy, he Quick Searches for Candy. That makes the most sense to me, at the very least. There's the Candy. So now he can grab Iono off the Quick Search. So Super Rod back in the energies. That way he can put 1 on the Zard and 2 on the Chi-Yu. The opponent doesn't really have a way to get Torrential Pump off this turn because the Sparkling Crystal's already been put onto the board. So that's not a threat at this current moment. It's probably just Iono here, I would assume. Or Turo to get rid of the Fez. Honestly, that's solid too. Yeah, honestly, super heads-up play there. Like, being able to just, like, remove that threat from board seems super solid. Now, the only way that I can... No, actually, I can't really see, like, a full loss from this position. This could be, like, a Sob Lock into KO here, maybe? Now that the Turo is down. Because if Jinch doesn't have any other retreat options, it could just be lock this Pidgeot for 2 turns, and then swing with the Blood Moon. Yeah, there's no other retreat options here. The Mist Energy would have been enough to get out of the lock, but he did pitch the Mist Energy. Meaning he can't do something to just prevent the Sob Lock. So if he kept the Mist here, he could attach it to be out of it on the next Sob. So the fact that he played Crispin here means he's probably going to just Sob the active, and then go for Torrential Pump onto Chi-Yu Charmander. Which he could get punished if Jinch has Candy Zard here. He does play triple Candy. Oop, my bad. Oop. Alright. So this might be... I'm not fully sure how Jinch gets out of this. This has to be Iono into Candy Zard, I think. Iono into Candy Zard is like the only route that I see like directly right here. And he can't bench the Monkey Dory. If he benches the Monkey Dory, it's over. Ooh, yeah, that just gets Torrential Pumped, unfortunately. Yeah, because at this point, if he's Torrential Pumped, it's over. That being said, the Iono could make it where the opponent doesn't have the Torrential Pump because of the fact that he put the grass that he grabbed off Crispin onto the Teal Mask instead of onto the Wellspring Ogre Pawn. So this is probably just using Chi-Yu to chip active for right now. Because you're keeping it from dying. Yeah. Yeah, Mega Fire of MV for 50 seems fine here. Honestly, I would have put the 30 active for the reason of, like, chipping it down for the Chi-Yu to potentially KO here. But Caleb does have time to find those additional 2 energies because they'll be able to continue to sob here. And there's one of them. Alright, I'm just checking a message real quick. Alright. So Mega Fire of Envy for an additional 50, force them into needing to use an additional energy to retreat back into that Wellspring, which could get them out of the Saw block here if they don't have attached retreat. But if they do have attached retreat, that still gives Caleb more time. And if they have E-Switch, that's even better for them, because they could E-Switch attach. Okay, Crispin, if they have 2 energy in deck, that's enough, but if they only have 1, they attach retreat back in and sob again. Looks like just 1. So they'll attach active and retreat back into Wellspring to sob. And now they're hoping for that last Night Stretcher in order to take this final 2-prize KO. Honestly, this could still go either way. Yeah, bossing back up the Fez again seems like a super solid play here. Jinch is such a good player. Literally every time I see him play, it's like an extremely high-level game. Like, the fact that he's seeing these outs from this specific position, which otherwise would just be like, okay, if I get Wellspringed, I lose, is actually insane here. Yeah, with Monkey Dory, he has it here. That's crazy. That's crazy that he saw that line. He won on this turn. I didn't even see that line. Absolutely insanely well played by Jinch. Insane. What a crazy game. Alright. Let's hop down to one of these losers bracket games. We see Callie versus Sunny right now. Let's pop into Sunny's chat for this. All right. Oh, did he already... Oh, did he lose this game? Let me reload this. Did I... Oh, am I in the wrong chat? Oh, that's not Sunny. Sunny's down here, but where is Callie? Oh, so I guess it's this call. Because Sunny is, for whatever reason, not sharing a screen. Alright. Is Sunny playing Guardy? No, that Callie's playing Guardy. That makes sense. And Sunny is playing Golden Go. And I'm like, I've never seen Sunny play Guardy before. It's really funny how often Jinch locks in whenever there's money involved. Like, he top 16'd Gabe Smart's, like, 15-person tournament on, like, the one time it was a 1K. Like, absolutely insane. Man really locks in. Yeah. And Caleb's already in losers finals, which means that Caleb... Okay, so Jinch and Caleb are already guaranteed money. Everyone else is playing to try and get money. Because anyone in losers finals gets money. Because the loser of that is third place, the winner of that is either second or first, and winner of grand finals plus finals reset is first. It's really cool that we already see 2 of the top 3, and the rest of them are between Callie, Sunny, Licia, and winner of Peter and Sebastian. They're all fighting to make it into that top 3 playoff. Absolutely crazy. But since Jinch is undefeated going into grand finals, whoever wins losers finals has to win 2 games against Jinch before Jinch wins 1. Absolutely crazy. Alright. Yeah. So, it seems like Callie has prized double Guardy this game. So this is like a attempt to power press through this game. With the item lock in the active, though, it does stop Sunny from being able to superior energy retrieval. But he might just have the energy raw in hand with that 17 card hand and no KOs taken yet. Alright. 19 cards in hand. That's so many cards in hand. Golden Go is such a crazy deck. And with the 20 that's already on the Jellicent here, he only needs 5. And there's 10 on the Fez from the Budu, which means he only needs 5 to KO that too. That's so insane. 23 cards in hand. Oh my god. And the fact that she didn't take a Guardy off prizes off of that KO, which is, I'm pretty sure, the only reason she KO'd, is so unfortunate. And Levincia... I'm assuming... No, there's no lightning in there. That was literally just to bump Artisan. Making it rain! Alright, so I think that for Callie to have any chance here... No, even then, she would have to retreat out of the active. I think she would have needed to preemptively bench this Mew. So she could retreat into Frillish and item lock. This is so tragic. God. Alright. There's only one Curlian deck. It's gotta be evolved to bench here. Yeah. Wow. From that really, really well played last game to this unfortunate brick of a game in losers. I'm not gonna lie though, I really hope that something that isn't Guardy wins this entire thing, which I'm going to guess will probably be Charizard, because Jinch is absolutely cracked, and it's really hard for someone to take 2 back-to-back games off of him. Especially with, like, most of this stuff down here being, like, Golden Go, Guardy, a potential Ho-Oh box. Terra box is definitely, like, a possibility here. And there's also Dragapult. I would say if Lycia makes it, Lycia might be able to do it. So there's 2 potential Guardies, 1 potential Ho-Oh, 1 potential Golden Go, 1 potential Dragapult, and then a guaranteed Terra box for lower finals. Caleb's going crazy today, though. I mean, no, by guaranteed, I mean you're guaranteed money. Like, you're in lower finals. Like, at the worst you can do is $45. Like, that's what I'm getting at, is like, you're guaranteed money at this point. You're one of the 3 guaranteed money. You and Jinch have guaranteed, everyone else is just fighting to be the last one to guarantee money. Alright. Oh, a friend of mine also just got a job that they've been searching for a job for a hot minute. Super happy for them. I was just checking texts. I'm just gonna send a congrats in chat and then pop back. Alright. It's just like, there's not a lot going on here, unfortunately, because this is just an utter brickfest on Callie's side. There's just honestly not much to say here. Honestly, this has been going way faster than I thought it would. We're only 2 hours in, and we're very close to the end. Like, these are just, like, going by super fast. And honestly, I'm chill with that. It makes me want to do another one of these going forward. I was afraid that this was gonna go until, like midnight or 1 a.m. or something, and it would be too late for a lot of people, but this has been, like, super smooth. I really like this invitational style. I think I'm gonna do this more often. Plus, one of these days, I'm gonna win one of my own invitationals. It's gotta happen. I do like the fact that I get to play with them. I think that's, like, my favorite part of it. Oh, 100%. I will be, I'll be prioritizing some of the other people that wanted to be in but weren't able to make it this time. But I will 100% be reaching back out to as many people as I can. But I think I'm gonna limit it to 16, because, like, it adds way too many more rounds to do it to 32. But yeah, I think 16 is a really good number for this. I really like the style. Oh. Yeah, I'm also probably gonna edit this into a video as well, where, cause like, I think I'm gonna have the couple of highlight games. I'm going to have the upper finals game, which was Caleb against Jinch, because that was a really good highlight game to hop into. Then I'll probably have maybe lower semifinals, depending on how interesting that one is. Definitely lower finals, and then the final bracket reset. But I'll cover my own, like, first 3 games before I was out first. Yeah, I streamed your game, yeah. I was in Jinch's call. Honestly, it was super tight. Like, Jinch is such an insane player. But yeah, that's really unfortunate for Callie. Sunny does move on, though. Your generational misclicks. What did you misclick with? I'm curious. Because if it was, like, the Crispin onto the... Like, you Crispined onto Wellspring, and then you teal danced, was it not, like... Oh, the crystal... Oh! I didn't see that part. The thing is, I came in, like, a little bit into the game. I was like, what is that sparkling crystal doing on Hoot Hoot? I didn't see that happen physically. Yeah, that makes sense. I just didn't see that particularly happen. Alright. Peter and... Peter should be almost done with his game. Let's just peek in and see how that's going. Let's check this. Now this one needs to be zoomed in a little bit more. I don't know why these like show up at like different sizes. I guess it's like the size of the screen that they are playing kind of thing. Oh, 1 to 4-1. Let's go, Sunny! You the goat of Team Lethal Strike. Hell yeah. I've got to say, I have to root for Sunny, because that's my boy. That's my teammate. At the very least, Cap did win his round 1. So Cap also did... Like, not being 0-2 is, like... a reward in and of itself. Because you know you're out at 2 losses. It just feels really bad to be like one of the first out. Oh yeah, I streamed yours. It was really unfortunate because Callie prized double Guardy. Alright. Well, that's Sebastian moving on. So it's going to be Sebastian against Licia. Alright, I'm gonna pop into Licia's call now. Here we go. Here we go now. So this is lower round 4, right before lower semifinals. Winner of this goes on to face Sunny. And this one we can see from start to finish. Alright, let me pull up their list so I can take a little peek at each of these. Oop. Okay, I just want to admin menu look at the matches. There we go. Perfect. So, Blood Moon start, not the strongest in the world. Monkey Dory start, probably one of the best starts you can get. So, definitely off to a little bit of a rough start for Licia, but if anyone can play back from awkward situations, I know it's Licia. Yeah, it's gotta be the one Dreepy if you're going first here. The fact that she lost the coin flip is super unfortunate, because this is a really bad matchup for her. And a really bad start. But yeah, it's 100% gotta be Dreepy here. That way she can go turn 2, evolve into Loke, and then research. And then she just needs to establish as many Dreeps as... not Dreeps, but Dusks as possible. Because, like, this matchup isn't impossible, especially with the Dusknor line, but it's still tough. Hey, Peter! I saw the very tail end. I literally joined as you conceded, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. I wish I could have held strong and beat the Guardy for you. But it is what it is. Thank you for following, Jinch. You were so close. I'm so sorry. He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. Alright. We just witnessed a god-awful brick in the last round. Callie prized double Guardy against Golden Go, which is a bit of a death sentence. Now this is Guardy into Dragapult, and Licia most definitely would have rather faced you. It's just funny, like, all of us are, like, losing our matches and giving a bad matchup to the next person. Take a bad matchup, pass it to the next one. Alright. I gotta root for my goat Sunny to make losers finals. Alright. Pult is like a 40-60. I mean, like, I would say it's probably like 60 in their favor, but mainly because this is Dusk Pult, so they can just nuke your Armor Rouges. But I would say it's a better matchup for Dragapult than Guardy is, which I think would be why Alicia would prefer that. Regardless. Evo TM into 1 Kirlia isn't awful here. Mainly due to the fact that Licia doesn't really have a response here. The recon here... Ooh, Budu's not bad. If she manages to get a Latios down here, she could just item lock, but Budu might be a bit of a trap for this specific matchup. Honestly, this is probably just pitch those. Grab Latios, and then Iono. From double Genesect start to loser finals would be cool. Yeah. Like, legitimately, from 0-1 to 4-1 is already an insane story for Sunny so far. Alright. Duskull Budu. Okay, energy onto that. Budu for 10. Does make sense. Basically, just hope that this Loke doesn't get immediately bossed here, because boss plus Psychic would kill the Dracoloke because Clefairy's already on field. Which, if Sebastian has this, then it would already be kind of a cooked match. Sunny actually gets to play Golden Go with Gimmighoul? Yeah. Hey, you have a bad match into this? Have a brick as well. Could build a house with all these bricks. Keck W. Alright. Okay, that's a research, which means that Licia is not getting bossed here. Which is super important. I wish there was like a spectator mode of PTCGL where I could actually look at their discard piles. That would be such a good feature. Yeah, this is insane here though. Being able to kill the Budu and then kill whatever else, cracked. If Sebastian has 2 in here, then he can kill both the Loke and the Budu. And worst case scenario, he just kills the Duskull and there's no multi-prize shenanigans. A house of coins. That is the Golden Go house. Sorry, I'm grabbing a water, so I'm a little out of frame. But yeah, tomorrow night we're gonna play a bit more Poker Rogue as well. I think I'm gonna do a random only run. I'm just gonna do only random starters. Oh, this is just a snipe. Okay, I wasn't even thinking of that, I'm not gonna lie. Keeping some of the damage on board for the Budu for later, too. Just KOing the only Dracoloak. This is so tragic for Licia, though. This is... Yeah, this has got to be, like... It has to be a KO on the Screamtail. There's no other option but to KO the Screamtail, or else you just lose. So this has to be a Dusclops into active and attached to Dreepy on bench. Or just try and strand it, because they don't have the energies yet on the Guardy. Which seems to be what Licia is playing for right now. And they might not have a way to discard it off this, even if they do have the energies. Unless they do just nuke the Screamtail here. Yeah. Nuking that and then getting double Dreepy is, like, I think the only way to try and get established in this game at this point. Hilda's already in hand, Neo Upper hasn't been used, so there's a chance... Does she play Candy? The lack of Candy is unfortunate, because if she played a single Candy, this would be possible. But she doesn't play Candy in her list. It's gotta be second... There's gotta be a second one here, right? Like, you gotta get down second Dreepy or you just kind of lose. Oh, there wasn't more Dreepies. Oh, 2 of them are prized. That's really bad. God, this is so unfortunate for Licia. Yeah, Licia's Budu just gets KO'd by the Monkey Dory here. But at least there's no guaranteed way... Yeah, there's no way at all to get back that Screamtail. So this is... If Bass doesn't have Boss, then at the very least this Dreepy lives a turn. But that does not change a ton here. Mainly due to the fact that this Dreepy can't just become a Dragapult, it has to go up through Loke. Yeah, I think the big thing is, at least from my list, I think I'm probably going to cut one of either Kieran or Turo. Because I have a cup tomorrow, and I'm going to bring Eevee Box as well. And I add a picnic basket for both the Grimmsnarl and Guardy matchups. Yeah, we are watching Sebastian Lashmet, or Boss Lashmet, versus Licia right now. And unfortunately, Licia is in a very bad spot at the moment. And accelerating enough to kill here... Oh wait, that was just a pass. I guess was there not enough in there? Was there not enough to accelerate 3 and then Monkey Dory KO? Or was that just specifically one Monkey Dory KO Budu? I guess that makes sense too. Yeah, and there's another Budu right there too. A little late for Buduing, I suppose. Because that's just another prize for the Monkey Dory. Okay. The one thing that I can see is maybe Countercatcher Dusclops pull up the Guardy, KO the Guardy with the Blood Moon, which is possible with this. Because Countercatcher Hilda should have it. Yeah. Okay, Hilda, I guess there wasn't a Dusclops in deck, which means that this is Night Stretcher for the Dusclops. Right, there were 2 in initial hand before they had to be pitched. That makes sense. This is super smart, though. If Sebastian doesn't have Candy Guardy, Licia might have a chance here. That's actually insane, though. That was such a good line. Now, the one thing is, the fact that there's only 1 energy on this Mew is really good for Licia. If there were 2 on it, it would be bad. Because then Licia would just get Genome Hacking KO'd here off of this. But if Sebastian has Candy Guardy, it's over. Because Candy Guardy Accelerate to Monkey Dory KO would win him the game. Okay. And if he grabs Guardy here, then it's probably Candy Guardy. Yep. Yeah, really unfortunate for Licia, but honestly, from as bad a start as she had, that was an insane attempt at a comeback. I honestly can't believe how well that was, like, played. It's just so unfortunate that the brick was as bad as it was. But GG's. That was almost an insane comeback, but unfortunately, Sebastian just had Candy Guardy. Alright, so this is gonna be Sebastian against Sunny. Which, honestly, I'm looking forward to it. Let me message Sunny. Actually, he's probably live on Twitch. Let me check real quick. Sunny! Oh, he's not live right now.
Ooh, that energy switch.
Okay. I need to message Sunny then, because I need him to share his screen. Sorry, 1 second. I'm gonna close this, close this. Where? Okay. Sunny, I need you. Sunny! Sunny! Or Sebastian, either or. I just need someone. Ooh. I'm definitely rooting for Sunny, but I need Sunny to share real quick. Sunny, where are you? Sunny, why? Come on, Sunny. I literally need to stream you. This was the agreement to this. Oh, there we go. Okay, Sunny's in now. Sunny's in now. I need you to stream. I need you to share your screen. Sonny, please share your stream. Please. 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 We're just sitting here in the Discord, waiting for the live. I need one of you to share, please. I am begging. I'm begging. I'm begging you. There we go, thank you. Thank you, Sonny! They just forget to share their screens. Just hops in the call, doesn't actually share screen. Okay, now we can actually cover the game. I'm like, please, please! I'm begging you. Alright, so looks like Sonny was able to go second here. Which is really good considering the opponent only got down a singular Ralts. But with a single energy and Evo TM, that kind of puts them in the same position, because Sonny can't take a KO on the first turn. Thank you for the raid, Licia! Honestly, really insane effort in that last game, because, like, the countercatcher Dusclops Blood Moon play was absolutely insane. It's just unfortunate they just had Candy Guardy. But hello! Hey, Elodie, how it be? But yeah, mad unfortunate. I also saw Callie's really unfortunate double Guardy prize. But yeah. Whoop. Thank you for following, Licia. Yeah. Wait, 4 Dreepy? 3? Yeah, I was like, 4? I saw the 1! Yeah, you were cooking for sure, but like, Guardy just has it. Yeah, I saw the line. It was a really good line. They just needed to whiff Candy Guardy. Yeah, you needed that research to be an Iono for sure. God. That was mad unfortunate. I saw it. I definitely saw it, but it is what it is. We'll have more of these, I promise. I promise. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely cooked with leaving the damage on board. Like, leaving the early, like, additional 20 on the Monkey Dory for, like, the Screamtail snipe was also super smart by them. Yeah. But yeah, just a Budu there onto the Monkey Dory. This does prevent them from being able to play Secret Box or the Buddy Buddy Poffin to get more Raltses into play. Pre-benching the Fez, I don't 100% know if I agree with that in this matchup, but I do see the reasoning. But yeah, they just have to hope they hit second Ralts and Evo. They got Evo TM, so at the very least they get a Curly on board. But the Iono did send Sonny into a boss, so Sonny's just going to be able to boss that Curlia here. There is a chance that Sonny goes for the KO on Fez to just try and prize race here, but like, hitting the Curlia here just puts them so far behind. It requires them to Evo TM again to get tempo. Getting the Guardy down, getting the Genesect down with Air Balloon is insane here. It stops them from ever using Secret Box, especially considering they are not playing Tool Scrubber. So the retreat into the Golden Go here. Honestly, I would have retreated in the one without the balloon, or just saved balloon here. The thing is, they need a... Okay, they did not see metal. If they saw metal, this would be super solid for them. They can save eSearch Pro for later, because all they need is 2 to, like, get the KO here. But getting that air balloon onto Genesect is going to be huge for them this game. Yeah. Pitching the lightning means they have access to lightning off of Stadium. Yeah, I don't know if I fully agree with the air balloon being on this one. Mainly because of the fact that if they have it on the other one and they're able to get into that one, they can draw 2, retreat, and then draw 2 more. It doesn't really need to be on this one because this one's going to already be inactive. Unless they're retreating into the other one and then attaching another metal to it. I kind of would have just held the air balloon, I think. It might have been worth it to, like, boss and Budu the Fez. I could see that as maybe something here. That being said, the Monkey Dory probably had Dark on it. So this is probably Dark into... Yeah, Dark into Research. Looking for the other Evo TM, maybe? Or just straight up the Guardy. That's a lot of cards to be drawing on this turn. Yeah, because literally, if they see Guardy, the Budu's dead at least. Thank you for following, Nick. How it be? How's it going, Nick? Did you play in any cups today? I think you played in a cup today. I can't remember which you went to if you did. Was it the South Orlando one? If you did, at least. We've got... Yeah, like, at the very least, I think it's going to be very tough for Sebastian to get, like, a full KO this turn. But I think maybe Boss Budu on Fez would have been, like, the strongest thing they could do. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. I also didn't have the best performance, but it was fun. I hit 3 Gardevoirs. 3 Gardevoirs with Eevee Box. Yeah. The thing is, I did play Turo multiple times today, but I never really played Kieran. Maybe I could find room for the Pidgeot and find the individual pieces just, like, after establishing that. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. I like the Ends plan, but it didn't really come up. There was a situation it could have come up in, I just didn't get the chance to play it. So make it rain here. Discarding 2. That does make sense. The fact that the opponent did not see Guardy on this turn is actually insane for Sunny. If they saw Guardy, that would have made this way harder. Because now they need to see Candy Guardy. And if they ever put up a 2-prizer, they can just go, okay, I'm going to Arven for eSearch Pro and get that big knockout. Yeah, because I feel like they would have been instantly punished if Guardy was found on that turn, because then the Budu just dies too. But if they, like, boss Budu the Fez, then there's a good chance the Fez just sticks there. Or they have to manually retreat into Monkey Dory just to Evo TM or something. I don't know. Either way, it did work out for Sunny, though. So there should be 3 or 4 energy in discard right now. I think 4. So Superior does get full effect here. Mind Bend for 60 seems solid. But there is already a balloon on active. So this is a good chance to thin out the deck, draw some more cards off coin bonus, and if you hit E-Search Pro beforehand, you can just straight up boss KO here. Or is it worth it to maybe go for the confusion and just KO the Ralts here? There's a world where that's, like, possible. There's a couple more coin bonuses left to go for. And even if they, like, retreat and coin bonus and don't get what they need, they could always just Arven and get what they need after. Like, I think they're in a pretty good spot. Air Balloon and Superior. 1 more coin bonus. Is it gonna be E-Search? It's dark. It's gotta be... It's gonna ultimately be Arven here. If only there was a metal already in discard. How's this going? You're sitting here like you have no idea what to play to a cup tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna play an EV box. I'm gonna play EV box to a cup. I just need to figure out my, like, last inclusions. Yeah. E-Search Pro for 3. Not the greatest effect, but still. You're gonna get the full knockout here. It's just unfortunate that this isn't gonna be on that Ralts or the Fez. Going back to Odd does give Sebastian a chance to pick up momentum here. Yeah, it's a big old bonk there. Terrabox is calling to you like the Green Goblin Mask right now. Honestly, same, but I'm gonna bring EV Box to this one. Just because it's the one I'm most practiced with right now. But yeah, I gotta figure out, like, the exact inclusions, because, like, the Guardy matchup is weird. Oh, so true with Armabox right now. Regardless, this is probably gonna end up being Candy Guardy, but where they go from there is anyone's guess. It could just be a Drifloon knockout here to try and pick back up momentum. But in that case, Tool Scrapper would kill there, which would be very strong on Sunny's part. So I'm trying to think of what the strongest play for Sebastian would be here. Because everything else has free retreat, this has energy on it, this is the only thing that's stallable, and it still draws Sunny 2 cards. The only saving grace, if they do try to stall this, is there's only 1 metal left in deck, and it's not searchable via Superior, Earthen Vessel, or Energy Search Pro, because Earthen Vessel and Energy Search Pro are both gone, and there's no metal in discard. Now, Sunny is not playing the Cypher Maniac, meaning that he can't guarantee his top decks, so he can't just, like, put metal on top and guarantee. There's now a second Ralts on board. But I'm not 100% sure what Sebastian is going to go for here. This could be like a pull-up Golden Go, Monkey Dory, Budu, and Snipe Genesect, but No, that's not it. That's not even enough. Like, it's just gonna be Sunny taking another KO on Ralts, and then finishing the game with double superior energy retrieval. Yeah, I mean, I can show you later what Sunny's Arma Box list is. It's public. It's basically, like, card for card, the same 60 he played to his last, like, Sunny's Weekly. But yeah, I do think Golden Go is super strong right now, too. Like, I did go 7-1 with that deck. I just want to succeed with Noctowl. Noctowl's, like, the most enjoyable thing for me in this format right now. I feel like this might be a Turo the Budu turn. I'm not gonna lie. If you Turo Budu and put Air Balloon on Golden Go, I think you just, like, don't have anything that's lockable. Yeah. This has got to be Turo Budu, right? Yeah, see? Turo Budu go crazy. So let's see. This is probably just move it onto active just to remove the damage from board. And then you just KO it for 1. Like, you KO it for 1 anyway because it's weak to metal. Unless this is the Ralts that's weak to dark, but I think it's weak to... Actually, I think it might be the one that's weak to dark. Because that is the set that the Guardy came out in, and the Guardy's weak to dark. Yeah. Yeah, that actually makes the most sense. Yep. Alright, so if Sunny has superior energy retrieval, 1 energy in hand, and boss, Sunny wins. I think the only thing that Sebastian can do here is pull up the 1 Golden Go that doesn't have energy on it, because Sunny didn't play Air Balloon down, and Iono here. But if Sunny hits Arven, I think Sunny just has it. Because he would have Superior and Air Balloon to get out of active, and all he would need to do is hit 2nd Superior. Yeah. Okay, there's Iono. Iono down to 2. Double Night Stretcher is interesting. It at least guarantees double energy. So a superior energy retrieval would be not quite enough, but almost enough. I think Sebastian has to go for Gust on Golden Go. I think it's their only route. The thing is, if they put any damage on Sunny's side of the board, the Superior does become game, because then Monkey Dory moves 30 and then gets the KO. Well, Monkey Dory can move 30 anyway. There's 30 on that bench Golden Go. So, actually, all he needs is Superior. Unless, of course, they swing with Drifloon here, in which case, Tool Scrapper is the route. Which, if they do take the KO here, he can go up with the ballooned Golden Go, draw 2, maybe retreat into the other one now that you've got Night Stretcher to grab back the other metal. Alright. Now, the real question is there a way that the Monkey Dories could do enough chip for it to be relevant? Because I could see them, like, chipping down the Genesect and then sniping it. Because this is just going to be, like, full effect on the Drifloon. And then they're going to heal all 40 and put it somewhere. Unless they're doing 240 and just moving the 40 to the active. Just so they can do 240 and then KO. Well, I guess all they would have to do is move 20 active, but same difference. Honestly, I thought Sebastian would play Dragapult. He's been on Dragapult a lot lately. Yeah, moving the other 20 to... What else? The other Golden Go. Makes sense. I don't know if Sebastian is playing a Devo... No Devo TM. Alright. So Tool Scrapper is what Sunny wants to see here. Nest Ball for Fez is insane. Because it shuffles and then you put the cards back on the bottom of the deck. I mean, back from the bottom of the deck. That's actually insane, though. Metallic Signal to shuffle again and search. Actually, yeah, it didn't matter that he was shuffling. It mattered that he's getting the Fez to draw the 3. Because he had Metallic Signal to shuffle regardless. Alright, 3, flip the script. Alright. Levincia gets back the Lightning at the very least. Coin bonus draws 2. That's boss. Wait, that might be enough. Does he have 2 in there right now, or just 1? Countercatcher. How many does he have in there? He's got 1 lightning in there. The lack of Tool Scrapper is unfortunate. That being said, if you just KO one of the Monkey Dories, Tool Scrapper becomes game after that. Actually, the Adrenabrain is so close to just killing this Drifloon. But it's a little bit off. It's the reason why they only put 80 on it. You've gotta... Yeah, gotta just clear off some damage. I think I would put it on the Monkey Dory, and then I would boss KO Monkey. I think that's what I would do in this case. Yeah. Because if you don't remove it, that's just more damage they have to Monkey back to you. I think I would have just pulled up and KO'd Monkey after moving the damage to the Monkey. I don't know. That could just be me. Maybe there's a better thing to do. But I think giving them damage to move back to you, I don't think is the strongest play. Unless it's just for the fact that they have to add 2 to it in order to swing, which would leave them with 10. That might be the reason why. Is if they have 10 on them, it's only 6 to KO. That does make sense, I suppose. But I think I still would have left the Drifloon alive just because Tool Scrapper becomes out to game. I think it makes it easier for you to win. If you KO a Monkey Dory and remove damage entirely from their board, I feel like that's stronger. I actually really like watching and seeing what other people do, because if they have like some sort of play that I wasn't thinking about, that helps me improve as a player too. Like, and just being able to commentate and give my thoughts from like what I would do in their position, I feel like is just a good way to like articulate mentality. But yeah, we're in lower semifinals right now. Because honestly, if Sebastian manages to clutch this out, absolutely insane player. There's definitely like a stall turn. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go for doing damage to this, spreading damage to something else, and then trying to go Monkey Dory KO knockout active. Yeah, Iono to 1 is insane here, especially if they don't take a KO. But that boss, I think, might be enough. Boss plus a singular superior would win the game here. Or if they choose to swing with Screamtail, they don't actually need boss, they just need superior. Because all they need to do is retreat and have enough to KO Screamtail. This is such a close game now. Like, the funny thing is, it started out so heavily in Sunny's favor, and Sebastian is pulling it back here. Alright. The fact that he has to put 40 on this, though, means that it is going to go down to... Ooh, wait, is this a confusion proc? No, this is E-Switch. Ooh. Okay, so this is to swing with the full, like, 2-prizer here. But with the boss in hand, that still makes it where the superior would be able to get it here. Because top deck, draw 2, means you'd still keep boss. You only need boss and superior. So you need a total of 4 cards in hand and boss and superior out of them. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure either. Like, I feel like it would have been better to have access to that, even, like, regardless. It literally comes down to whether or not Sunny finds the... Oh, he got superior! He has it! He has it! He has it here! And he can guarantee, like, another Mon out of this, too. Alright, he has game. He 100% has game. Oh, and Levincia, too. Insane. Yeah. It's just superior away Iono Golden Go. And then he got it. From 0-1 to 5-1. Let's go, Sunny. And he goes attach, retreats. And then superior boss. Absolutely insane, Sunny. Congratulations. Good job. Alright, so Sunny is the one to slip into guaranteed cash prizing. So now it's Caleb versus Sunny on who gets 45 and who gets to play for higher. Alright. Absolutely insane set. This last one. Sheesh, let's go, Sunny. Okay. So this one is Terabucks against Golden Go. So I'm gonna hop into Caleb's end here. Against Golden Go. So I'm gonna hop into Caleb's end here. There we go. They've already queued up. Like, they're in it. They're straight in it. There we go. They've already queued up. Like, they're in it. They're straight in it. Wait, where am I hearing that? Oh. There we go. I don't know know where I was hearing that at first. Okay. Corner better not be prized. Ah, that's right, I forgot, you play Cornerstone. They are, in fact, the feature match. So, Sunny does have, like, a way of beating this. And it's mainly, like, Monkey Dory Confusion. Because Monkey Dory Confusion could be solid here. But it's going to be super difficult to beat Lone Corner. That being said, if he has to put in Corner and multiple other Mons, that's what's going to change it. Because he could theoretically gust around it. Yeah, Cornerstone's in deck. Yeah, Cornerstone and Fighting. Because Tool Scrapper does remove that Sparkling Crystal. Fighting has to be in deck. The big thing is that he doesn't like put down more than 6 prizes or more than 5 additional prizes past this. But yeah, it looks like this is just going to be like a Crispin and then Demolish. And then Sunny has to try and build up for a Monkey Dory play here. The thing is, if Sunny was playing Caesar, he could at least 2-shot for 1 energy here. Because the Mew was started. But since he isn't, that makes this significantly harder. Especially considering that Caleb went first. Alright, I gotta make a graphic after this too. Putting like the top 3 players and what archetype they played. I love the little I love the little notepad for stream. Perfect. Alright. Oh my god, it's gonna be Budu for 20 damage, guys! Budu for 20 damage! 20 damage onto the board! Alright. Sheesh. Oh, I see why. So I figured out why I was hearing some things in the background, is that even though Caleb is deafened, I can hear the audio from his, like, stream, which makes sense. Let me fit this to screen a little bit better so I'm not... Oh, actually. I guess that's anytime he clicks off screen. Yeah, very exciting game, I will say. A devour through this entire fight. Monkey Dory is literally the only out here. And the funny thing is, even Monkey Dory Confusion Tails twice doesn't kill Cornerstone. But Monkey Dory, Confusion Tails after Cornerstone has swung, that changes things. Utilizing the dark swing back, I think is probably the best thing he can do. But this is just going to be a Noctowl to Gust KO the Monkey Dory, which is going to be difficult for Sunny to come back from. Because there's already a Noctowl in hand. And no Caesar EX as the Cornerstone counter. It's a full 10 cards in hand. Only half as much as you normally see in a Golden Go hand. They got like 20 cards in there most times. Alright. Imagine Unknown Hand in like this format with Golden Go. They'd get to that many cards so easily. Yeah, this is just going to be a boss KO on Monkey Dory for sure. Turn 2, I've drawn 35 cards. Good game. What a fantastic format that would be. Oh, you've got Area 0 and full bench? I'm gonna draw 9 off Morty. I mean, like, do you really need that when you're like, I'm gonna Superior Energy Retrieval for 4 energy back. Superior Energy Search Pro for all of the energies in my deck. Crazy. But yeah. I think Caleb is in a very, very commanding position here. But at the very least, Sunny guaranteed $45 getting this far. Caleb is really gunning for the run back against Jinch. A-do-do-do-do-do. A-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. You know, it's really funny, Jinch's, like, Discord note is Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard, which is so funny to me. But yeah, we're 100% gonna do this again sometime. I gotta figure out how often I want to do this. Maybe once a month, maybe, like, once every 2 months. I'm not 100% sure. Because it did take a while to set this up and get this all situated, but honestly, I'm enjoying it. I like this kind of format. I'm not sure what the plan is here from Sunny. Honestly, we can kind of just chill for a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. This one's definitely gonna be one of those games that's like... Cornerstone, shrug, moves on to Grand Finals. There's not really a lot to commentate here. That last game, definitely, like, commentator-worthy. Insane. But this one... This one's definitely gonna be, like, very much, like, just key KOs and everything. How's tourney going? This is Losers Finals right now. Not a super, super exciting game, being mainly Cornerstone into Golden Go, and I'm not 100% sure what Sunny really does here. Aside from, like, boss KO Hoot Hoot. Honestly, this might be more interesting if I swap perspectives. I think if I go to Sunny's end, we can see what his available options are. It's just like, Caleb doesn't really need to do much else aside from Demolish Pass. But honestly, he's not even demolishing. I think it might be to try and, like, avoid putting damage on the field to avoid the Monkey Dory. But yeah, I'm gonna swap over to Sunny's perspective just for the sake of it being a little bit more coherent and more that I can commentate on. All right, we're gonna go from here. Yeah, that's fine. All right, now we can see kind of what they're able to go for. Yeah, because you grab Night Stretcher here. I think the main thing is you want to remove that Hoot Hoot as soon as possible. There's not damage to ping back right now, so it might not be worth it to immediately get back the Monkey Dory. Yeah. I think just holding that piece is probably correct. Yeah, there's the other Noctowl. But now that they've used double Noctowl, if they don't put down another Hoot Hoot, then they're gonna Turo and reuse this. Is this boss up the Genesect? What are we doing here? Or is it just hold boss for when Monkey Dory comes down? That's probably what it is. Yeah. Caleb knows exactly how to play this matchup. And Sunny doesn't really have a way to avoid getting milled out here. Sunny does not play Iono or anything. So I'm pretty sure that Caleb is literally playing for deck out here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Sunny does not play Iono. No, Sunny does play an Iono. Is the Iono gone, though? Or is it one of the last couple in deck? That's the question. Because really what has to happen here is it has to be get back Monkey Dory, attach Dark Iono. That's the only thing that Sunny can, like, potentially come back with. And he hasn't used Iono, so maybe he prized it, in which case he needs to take it off this prize. Yeah, I saw it. He has to take it off of this prize if it's prized. Okay. He has one more opportunity to take it off prize, which is off of this next boss he has in hand. Because otherwise it's just lone cornerstone and there's nothing to do about it. You could use the Genesect to check what's in deck. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Actually, since it was in deck, and he knew it was in deck, I guess that's fine. He just has to bench attach Iono here. And I think he wants to get back as many energies as possible here. So he doesn't have to draw into Superior later. And he gets Psychic back here. Psychic Dark Metal makes sense. And then Levincia can find that Lightning later. Yeah, I think the Psychic there is fine. Because any other energy could be the Mind Bend. It's just you want the Dark for the damage movement later. You just gotta hope that Confusion hits. And eSearch Pro is still in deck, so we can still find all of those energy easily enough. And there's the Dark. Because he's drawing back into some of the same cards, so it's like, it's gotta be Dark there. Alright. Yeah. Sunny's playing this super well. It's just this is like his only out. Yeah. It's gotta be Confusion here. Confusion is like the only way. I personally think that prior to doing that Iono, I would have boss KO'd the Noctowl, just so there was no way to go in and out to cure the confusion. Yeah, because now there's a way to get energy onto the Noctowl and to the Cornerstone. So it's literally down to confusions here. Well, actually, it doesn't even matter if they just pass. Because, like, Caleb has this 34-card deck. Yeah, that's... Mm-hmm. All Caleb has to do is pass, and then it's eventually going to be a deck out. That's just unfortunate. Well, now we get to move on to Grand Finals, which will be a more exciting game for sure. And now it is Jinch against Caleb. Well, well, well. Alright, let's watch Caleb's end of this time. I want to see how Caleb plays this matchup. Alright. Congrats to Sunny, though, for coming third place overall and getting $45. Sheesh! Was that laggy? Oh, that is a little laggy. We'll give it some time. Alright. Into Grand Finals before bracket reset. So, if Caleb wins this, Caleb still has to win another to win the entire tournament. But if Jinch wins this one, Jinch wins it all here. I think I'm gonna watch from Jinch's perspective, because this is a bit laggy. Yeah, we'll watch from this perspective. Because Jinch has a pretty smooth setup here. Oop. Hello. Stream panel, please. Oh my god, please. That is not the right... Okay, capture, please. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So now we are into Grand Finals, which is a run it back of Jinch against Caleb, which was, funnily enough, the last match that Jinch played, because Jinch has just been sitting here waiting for loser's bracket to finish. But yeah, it's all down to this. If Caleb wins, there's one more match. If Jinch wins, it is over, and Jinch takes it home. Players are playing for $120 and $75 respectively. Winner gets $120, second place gets $75, and Sunny has already locked it in with $45. Yeah, you got it. It's just like Cornerstone alone with no like way to put damage on it aside from confusion. Not great. Yeah, I wouldn't play Golden Go without at least some way to put damage on Cornerstone. That is quite a hand. This might be a very quick move to game 2, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, no Arven in hand to just getting Wellspringed here would be very bad. Doing a quick prize check real quick here. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I feel like we definitely have to respect Cornerstone with Golden Go. I'm curious, are you favoring that for Pittsburgh at this point? Alright. The Cleffa does make sense, because it gets out of this dead draw, but the issue is that you could just get sobbed here, or you get Torrential Pumped. But the Torrential Pump would be really bad. Yeah. I'm a real fan of Noctowl builds right now, though. I feel like I might actually just straight up play Terrabox. It seems so good into this format. Yep, there goes the Charmander. Alright. Well, at the very least, there is TM Evo and Buddy Buddy Poffin. So at the very least, they can get things evolved up. And they can get one more mon on field with the Artisan. Okay. The top deck of the Pidgeotto is so unfortunate there. Double Charmander, grab Pidgey to evolve into Pidgeotto next turn, I think is probably the play. And then you gotta check and see how many Evos you've got. Just the one. Unfortunate. Yeah, that was such a bad top deck for Jinch. Yep, there it is. That top deck was so god-awful. Like, even if he doesn't get the Crispin Torrential Pump off here, he still just sobs. But he's just gonna grab the Crispin, and he's gonna KO this Charmander, or the Charmeleon, and the Chi-Yu. Yo, Amy! Oop, I just misclicked there. Welcome in, welcome Raiders! Hello, hello, this is my channel, I am OnGaard, I do Pokemon streams. This was my invitational that Amy got to play in earlier. Thank you for playing, though, Amy. I do appreciate it. This is finals. If Jinch loses here, there is a bracket reset, which will be Caleb against Jinch again. Jinch beat Caleb earlier. Caleb won out loser's bracket and is now back for the run back. And it does look like he is very far ahead in this first game. So if Jinch loses, there's going to be one final game. But welcome in, welcome in. Got raided into here again. Hello, Kit Kat. You're literally everywhere. You're in, like, every stream. But welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate the raid, though. Let me give you a shout-out real quick. I actually have been forgetting to do shout-outs today, so let's do shout-out for Pumpkin Amy. Oh. I guess we gave a shout-out earlier. I don't know why I wasn't able to... Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, welcome in, Snowmeska. I don't know why it didn't let me shout out. Did I not? I swear I gave Pumpkin Amy a shout out earlier. Huh? Oh! Okay, I see. Someone else gave a shout out like immediately upon the raid. I also need to shout out Sonaido and Licia. Ooh. I have to wait 10 more seconds before giving another one. Mods do be on top of things today. I should focus on commentating gameplay right now. Yeah, whenever Mia is here and alive. But thank you for following, Snowmeska. Alright. At the very least, Jinch did manage to get a Zard into play. But if Caleb has the double grass energy here, then it is going to be moving on to a bracket reset. I don't know why that, like, PTCGL emote right there was facing backwards. Helpful mods are, in fact, helpful. Yeah, literally, I believe all they need is energy here. If they don't have energy, then Arven for Countercatcher does become an out here. Oh, just wasn't a straight-up game there. So this one's probably going to be another Zard, just to be in with a fresh Zard right now. A Turo later could be super nice if there is... Yeah, Turo's in deck. So being able to Turo the damaged Zard later after retreating off the damage seems solid. But there's also not a fire energy in deck, which does make this particularly awkward. Which means this can't just be a retreat into this. It has to be Countercatcher, because that's the only way to get rid of this 2-energy Ogre Pawn. Yeah, it's gotta be KO that. As much as he would like to evolve into the Zard and get it set up, there's not enough energy to do so. So yeah, this is gonna be a Burning Darkness for KO here. The Voices one and you bought Date Everything recently? Yeah, I've heard it's a good game. I just haven't played it myself yet. There's the fire. So at the very least, if Jinch gets Iono'd, the fire goes back into deck and then he can Charizard for it. Or if he doesn't, he can just evolve Attach and swing. The problem is now they're at even prizes, so Countercatcher isn't an out. If they go in with a 1-prizer, like Fan Rotom again, if they're not just straight up KOing here, then it makes it more difficult for Jinch. But if they do just straight up KO, then it's over. Is E-Switch? Is this E-Switch? Yep. It is over. It's Jover. Alright, so they're going to be moving to a bracket reset. Alright, Jinch gets to pick first or second for this last match. Alright, we out here. It's quite literally a bracket reset. Everything comes down to this next game. Alright, moving on to the Grand Finals bracket reset. Once again, Caleb against Jinch. basically just a BO3. Quite literally, Jinch's prior match was beating Caleb into loser's bracket. Then he got out of loser's bracket, beat Jinch, and now it's the final game. It's basically a best of 3. It's all down to this, though. Who's gonna take home the 120? Will it be Caleb or Jinch? They unintentionally played a best of 3. If Caleb lost in losers, then it wouldn't have been a best of 3. It would have broken it apart, but this makes for a pretty good storyline, I will say. All right. So Pidgey against Hoot Hoot, 2 birds immediately into it. Gonna be a nest ball for Fan Rotom most likely, assuming that they're not both prized. And this is a much better hand for Jinch than last game, because Buddy Buddy Poffin Energy Arvin is going to get him all that he needs for this. Being able to evolve up double evolution immediately is going to be super strong for Jinch. Then after this, I gotta make the graphic. And then post it to Twitter. Alright. Not sure what his hand is looking like, but based on whatever his hand is, it's going to be some combination of Hoot Hoots, Knockdowls, and maybe Ditto? I think he plays Ditto? Yeah, he plays Ditto. I do really like Caleb's list. I think Caleb's list is like one of the best Terra Box lists right now. Alright. Down comes the Wellspring. Now the real question is, which Mons does he opt to go for? It's gotta be 3 Charmanders, right? Just to avoid, like, a boss Sparkling Crystal attached play. Yeah. No Shaman does make it kind of awkward, though. Because if he had Shaman, then he could avoid the immediate Torrential Pump here. Now the issue here is, even grabbing a Pidgey, it just makes both of them targets. Because then, the Torrential Pump 100% goes into double Pidgey. The only thing that I could see would be maybe retreating into Cleffa and just drawing instead of doing the evolution. Or maybe just going for double Charmeleon might have been the better play. Because this just gets double Torrential Pumped here. There's definitely a world I could have seen just retreating into Cleffa here. Ooh, Air Balloon on that. Alright. Sorry, I'll stop making annoying noises and just commentate the game. Alright. So, Crispin onto these two, or 2 onto this, is going to be able to take Pidgey and Pidgeotto knockout, which is going to be huge. However, Jinch does have a solid response to this in being able to just evolve into the Charizard here and swing. If they choose to opt for knocking out the Charmeleon and the Pidgey, then they could just evolve into Pidgeot and grab Candy. but they don't need to because they've just targeted both of the birds. So now it's just going to be Zards on the field. The scary thing, though, is that this Teal Mask already has an energy on it. So yeah, this has got to be just another Charmeleon here. Or the Fez. The Fez is also solid here, I feel. But it does open up Caleb to be able to use the Teal Mask to KO the Charizard, and then follow it up with a KO on the Fez. But yeah, just 2 onto itself. Using Fez, drawing 3, refreshing the hand a wee bit. Is the Artisan worth here? The boss is super nice. Like, being able to KO that Teal Mask, I think, is the strongest thing right now. Getting another Pidgey down to try and be able to get that Pidgeot EX off later, I also think is a super solid play. So this was just Burning Darkness into the Wellspring. This does make it where it's possible to be able to Chi-Yu KO the Teal Mask, which could be what Jinch is going for here. Because most likely, with the energy already on it, this Teal Mask will most likely be able to get this KO here. Alright, Pika coming down. That's one that can definitely buy turns. But this is just going to be a Crispin being able to get at least one more grass energy off here. Probably grabbing Metal or Lightning to put onto the Pika here. There might already be a grass and discard, in which case all they need to do is attach. Yeah, there's Lightning onto this, Teal Dance here, and then all they need is a grass, which they might already have. Night Striker for grass, yeah, that makes sense. And then Retreat KO.
Hey, Norman.
Okay, so Jinch needs a lot here. Jinch needs Candy Zard Chi-Yu. He has the Chi-Yu off of Artisan here. Yeah. It would probably be best to attach Retreat into the Chi-Yu preemptively. So flip the script. Okay, there's the Zards. So he can guarantee Candy off of Arven here. So you could go Arven for Candy, First of all, I would attach Retreat. Attach Retreat, Arven, Candy, Candy, put 1 on the Zard and 2 on the Chi-Yu. That's 100% what he goes for here. What's the set score? It's bracket reset finals, so this is the last game. The last game, period. Yeah, this was a best of 3 16-person double elimination invitational. So essentially the last match is the only one that's a quote-unquote best of 3. So Caleb won the bracket reset, and then now they're in Grand Finals bracket reset. Well, Caleb won Grand Finals into bracket reset Grand Finals, is what I meant to say. But yeah. Yeah, Arven for Candy here, Retreat, and then Candy Zard. Accelerate 2 to Chi-Yu, accelerate 1 to... that... The Iono is definitely really risky here. I don't know. I think I would have just guaranteed the swing there. No Candy. There's no candy. I don't know. Is this just blazing destruction? Remove the stadium, maybe? Because, like, I feel like I would have just taken the 2-prize KO with the 1-prizer. I don't know. Because now this ogre... Well, I mean, I guess they could just swing with the Zard after it's down to 1, and they can Iono to 1 off of this. Okay. That was interesting. It's leaving 2 potential attackers, but that boss is potentially huge. It's just blazing destruction here, and then hope you get the Zard after, I'm sure. Because if you get the Zard here, then you can boss up the Teal Mask and deal with it. Like, Ionoing away the boss would just not be great here. It actually gives them more cards, because they had 0 in hand. Both these players are playing this super smart. Just trying to let this Charmander go down so you can get the Fez off of it is also super nice. Okay. Do we see the Zard here? No Zard yet. This could be bench Artisan and then discard the Artisan, but... Or not bench it, play it. You get what I mean. Chat gets what I mean. Ooh, there's the Ultra Balls for the Noctowl. The question is, do they have it here? Do they have either a metal or a grass in discard? Oh, they're grabbing Fez. Okay. I see it, I see it. There's the candy. I don't know. I think now the Iono does make sense, because there's the Fez already in hand. And there's the boss off of it. That does make sense. I feel like maybe attaching the fire here? I don't know. Well, I guess, like, you could just attach it reactively based on how many energy you have in deck off of the evolution. No Zard yet, but they do have Arven. Arven to be able to establish the Pidgeot here, I think, is strong. Arven for Candy Pidgeot. And then you can grab the Zard and then be fine there. The question is whether or not they just grab and evolve Zard now, or wait on it. Because if they grab and evolve Zard now, it makes them susceptible to boss plus 1 energy on Teal Mask, but if they don't evolve it, it makes them susceptible to them just KOing the Charmeleon off of it, because they know that they're down all of their candies at this point. Or are they? Is there 2 left in deck or 1? I wasn't fully paying attention there. I did see candy left in deck, but I don't know if there were 2 or 1. There might have been 2. At this point, I feel like the attachment is onto the Charmeleon, just in case there's none left. That's what I would do, at least, at this point. Yeah, that's where I would put it. Yeah, I feel like ending turn is fine there, because you can just counter catcher the Teal Mask on this turn. And you could pair that with an Iono if you have Iono left. Oh, there was another candy. Okay. This, I think, is probably the Zard turn. Yeah, the Chiyu is a little out of range of KOing with this max belt, which is an important thing to note. So the question is just whether or not you KO now or after. I do think this is fine, though. Yeah. Because you can grab double here. Put one there. And you save the one in hand to be able to retreat off of Fez or Chiyu if need be. This is counter catcher onto the teal mask at this point. Meaning you still have boss for the next turn. If they do bench Fez and then whiff off of it, then you have game off that. Well, you'd have game anyway because you have the Pidgeot. The Pika is scary here, though, because if they have boss plus metal, they have it. Alright. So they grab Mist Energy here. Well, they haven't locked that in yet, but I'm assuming this is to stop Saw Block. Which could be relevant on either of them, so holding it in hand makes sense. They could Turo the Fez, which I think is strongest, but they do still lose to Pika KOing them. Alright. Is this boss onto Pika? Oh, boss the Hoot Hoot, maybe? I mean, the Hoot Hoot does also make sense, but hitting the Pika also makes it where they don't get access to counter catcher off of this. But KOing the Hoot Hoot stops them from just grabbing the pieces they need. So I think this does make sense. Maybe swinging with, like, the Charmeleon, maybe? But there was no way to get out of active, so I guess that's not, like, a great play. Because then if it goes down, you just don't have an attacker. Alright, Fez is coming down, which means that the game is over between this turn and next turn. If they get what they need, they win. If they don't get what they need, then Jinch wins. Do they have it here? They're looking for metal. Or just Gust. It's one of the two. They were able to draw 4. And they need metal plus Gust to win the game. Oh, there's metal. They either have Gust or they... Ooh, okay. They didn't have Gust. So this is just to try and buy time. But they just have Boss. So that is it. Jinch wins the entire thing. Caleb comes second and Sunny comes third. Absolutely insane set. All right. All right. Perfect. Thank you guys for watching, though. This has been a ton of fun. I think that I am going to run more of these. They're probably going to be, like, monthly or bi-monthly, I would say. I've got to kind of figure out details about it, but this was super fun. Heck yeah. Congratulations to Jinch for winning the entire thing. I'm gonna see if I can get Jinch to give, like, a post-game interview real fast. Can I undefend? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Oh, bottom of the screen. There it is. Yo.
Sorry, it took me a second to figure it out.
All good, you're fine. Just wanted to get some like post-game thoughts. How did you feel about the game?
I don't know how I won that game, honestly. I thought I was pretty cooked.
Yeah, honestly, that was some insane play there at the end.
The Iono, when I was at 4 and he was at 2, I really just couldn't figure out if I wanted to just build a Zard and hope he didn't have it, or just Iono and pray.
Yeah, honestly, literally, I was like, okay, I think that you're probably going to Luminous attached retreat into Chiyu and swing KO the Teal Mask on that turn. That's what I thought you were going to do. And then you Iono'd, and I'm like, huh? But it worked out
I was about
for you.
to. Yeah, that's what I was starting to do, because if you notice, I had Super Rod prior to that.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
I was like, you've got all the pieces you need to like KO here, but you just kind of have to hope they don't have it. The Iono was super interesting because it let you play off of them not having resources anymore.
They would have to have they'd have to have like Ultra Ball or Knockdown, and the fact that they left that singular Hoodoo up for so long.
Yeah.
And then when he Ultra Balled and then grabbed Fez, I was like, cool, there's no Knockdowns in deck. So at that point, I was like, I can Iono, and I should have what should I have done? Did I play a counter catcher? I think I played a counter catcher and I should have played a boss, or one of the other ways around.
I think playing counter catcher was fine there because after you took those prizes, you were at even. And
yeah,
they
I thought
just,
the same
avoided
thing.
that and then waited and gone boss Pika instead of you burning one of your few bosses that you had left.
Yeah, it was a really good game. We ended up playing
that was
3
an insane
games
game
today.
But congratulations. I'll get the 120
Appreciate
sent
it.
over to you as soon as possible. Just gotta make like the graphics and everything for top 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if Caleb wants to do a post-game interview as well.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it again, man.
Yeah, no prob. This was super fun. I'm gonna have to run another one of these sometime.
Heck yeah, let me know. I'll be down to play again.
Alright. Congratulations though.
Alright. Thanks, man. Later.
Later. Alright. Let me hop into Caleb's call real quick.
Hello.
Alright. How are you feeling about that last one?
Not too great. Obviously, it's $75. You can't really complain about it.
Yeah, for
But,
sure. Like you've played insane all night, I will say. The 2 Knocked Owls being prized was definitely unfortunate because like off of that like Iono and then waited a couple turns to build up enough to be able to Ultra Ball. The fact that there was no Knocked Owl to grab was super unfortunate. But
And I knew they were both prized as well. I just
Yeah.
I didn't remember what I drew off prizes, and I thought I must have
thought you
gotten it
might
now
have
by
gotten one
now.
of them, and then the fact that they were both the last 2, so unfortunate. Games like that are always annoying when it comes down to, oh, my last 2 prizes, the 2 things I needed to take off prizes. But like, still, absolutely insane.
Especially because it's a
run.
pretty free matchup.
Yeah, and congrats for the $75. I'm definitely gonna have to do
Thank
this
you.
again sometime, and
Yes, for sure.
I'll invite you and Jinch back for sure to have another run back.
And
in
I'll
a
win that
future-
time. I'll win the next one.
Yeah, a future invitational.
Yeah.
That being said, thank you for participating. I'm gonna find someone to raid at
Thanks
this
for having
point.
Alright.
Yep, I'll get that sent over to you as soon as
yeah, can't wait
possible.
for the
I
next
have
one.
your payment information
Awesome,
because you
thanks.
sent me the entry in the first
Yes.
place. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Cool.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Gotcha later. All right, let's see who's on right now. We'll figure that out, Sonny. I need to see who's interested because I want to invite people who showed interest but weren't able to make it for this first one first. But I also want to invite back the 2 that made it to grand finals to kind of add a little bit more of a storyline to it as well. So let's find who's on right now. How do we feel about retro right now? Because Shining Espeon, a friend of mine, is currently live with World's 2006 format. So I'm thinking... Let me check and see. Yeah. Let's give a raid to Shining Espeon. And thank you all for coming out. Hope you all have a great rest of your night. And let's give an On Guard Invitational raid. And let's add a little raid emote as well. If I can get it to pop up for me. Perfect. Alright, copy paste that, and we're gonna send the love on over to Shining Espeon. Thank you guys for coming out. This has been super fun. I'm definitely gonna have to do this again. Hope you all have a great rest of your night. And next time, I swear I'm gonna win my own invitational. Let's go give Shining Espeon some love. Goodbye, gamers! Look out for that post-game graphic on Twitter a little bit later.